Let me just fix this screen. Oh, done it again. I keep doing that. How are we all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, live at 8 p.m. If you want to join us, Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories I'm bringing to you. Excuse me. If you want to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/JessRose5472. I'm just going to wait for a few people to join. I have a little chat. Then once I start the story, I don't stop. My glasses are wonky tonight. I don't stop. And then at the very end, then I may have a chat with the guys in the live. But once I start the story, I don't stop. So if you're thinking, oh, this is a live and I don't want to listen to this and I'm back and forth with people on the live, that's not what happens, okay? I have a quick chat now and then I start the story. But you can always come and join us on the live and you can see for yourself. Hey sis, how are we? How we doing? I can't believe it's Thursday. It's gone really quick, hasn't it? How you doing? Hey Phil, how you doing? I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late, guys. How we doing? Can you hear me okay? I'm sorry I've got, oh, mind you, Warwick, he'll be saying, hey matey, look, you'll be saying I'm on about my elbow. I'm not on about my elbow tonight, but I did cut all my arm trying to get everything ready. So that's why I'm a couple of minutes late. Is your phone charged tonight? Good, good, good. That's what we like. Because I'm peeling skin off my hand. Wait, you know when you scrape your arm? So that's what I'm doing at the minute. It's very attractive. It's a good look. It's a good look. Let me just move this away from me a little bit. Otherwise my legs are going to cramp. There we go. There we go. I'm going to try not to slap myself tonight. I did read back the comments from the other one and watch it. It was, yeah, you were on fire the other night. I just didn't realise. Hey, Jerome, isn't it? Is that right? Have I got it right? Hey, if it is, and if it's not, I'm sorry. It's not my elbow at the minute. Is it the same? No, no. This is elbow. This is elbow arm. This is other one. Oh, we're good here, Jerome. Thank you. Hey, Hayley, how's it going? How we doing? Nearly Friday, guys. Do you know, I've got to make sure I cough before I start because this mic picks up if I'm kind of wheezing as I'm talking. Again, very attractive, but I can't have it. I can't have it. It's not a good look. Just ignore him. I know. Thanks, Phil. I know. Is it my finger arm? What's my finger arm? Was there something wrong with my finger? What have I missed on my finger arm? No, oh, for God's sake, I don't know what response I was about to give then, and I've just pulled it back because it was ridiculous. I was about to go, I've got all fingers, both hands. Oh my God, upside down, it's in my kitchen, now a second, up. Ooh, exciting. Exciting. I remember when my mum had hers done and it went on for a long time. She was losing her mind. She had a microwave in the kitchen and I think her fridge was in the kitchen, in the living room, and she was losing her mind, but it was so worth it. Her kitchen's beautiful. If you join my group on Facebook, I shout, oh, do you really, Jerome? Oh, thank you. No, I haven't, but I will. Is it under Jerome or is it under the French Wrecking Crew? And I'll definitely follow you on the book face. Why are you retracting comments, Warwick? I picked the same colour and style as your mum's. Do you know what? Have you gone black? Is it like black? Because I swear it's a slick look. Oh, yes, I'll definitely join you, Jerome, definitely. Have you got one coming then, Tiff, as well? Have you got a new one? Oh, nice, Hayley. I'm a grey, black and cream queen. I know there was a whole big stage a few years ago, but can I just say, Tiffany will say, I do believe our mum was the first one ever to come up with that, and it was years and years ago, and I've ripped her off ever since. And then we went through a stage, wasn't it around COVID or just before, where everyone had black, white and cream houses, entire houses, which mine is. My whole house is black, white and cream. In fact, the only variation I allow is maybe silver for the grey, and charcoal for the black. That's the only variation I give. Oh, so it's on its way to you though, sis. You'll be on its way. So if you'd have stayed in Orchard Way, you might have had your new kitchen now. Is that right? I know you couldn't have, but they've probably got a new kitchen in there now, haven't they? But yes. What was I gonna say though? Oh, that'd be fabulous, Jerome. I would love that. Yes, I mean, I've got to go on Sharon's first. I've been invited onto Sharon's first, and then yes, I would love to come on your channel. That'd be amazing. Oh, do you know? And I don't know what that says about me that I've just caught on to that. Do you know? He has to go to the gutter straight away, doesn't he? Oh, they haven't had it yet. Ooh, so Hayley's jumped in. Hayley's by you though, aren't Hayley? Are you on? I've lost my bearings. Some people have no style. Oh, I know. He's been, yeah. He's just terrible. He really is. But Jerome, I would love that. Yes, definitely go to Sharon first. I've been to your house once, Hayley, and I don't know why. I'm assuming I was drunk. I haven't been in, obviously, just to the outside, but I can't remember why I was there. It's a bit vague in my memory now. But I can't remember where it was either. So, to me, it was about 3.5 seconds from Tiff, but I think that shows just how drunk I was. She was on that road, but she's special. I thought I was. Yeah. I don't remember it very well. I just know you've got a side door. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I can remember. Terrible. But yes, Jerome, I'd love to join you. Like after Sharon. I'm hoping Sharon comes in because I can't do our mock live tonight because I've got to get the kids to bed. The other one was supposed to be in. He's not in, so it's all gone pear. So I'm hoping to do that over the weekend with Sharon. No back door. Side door. I don't know if she's got a back door. I don't know. I didn't venture that far in. I'm assuming she's got a back door. I'm assuming she has. But yes, so I'm hoping to do the mock this weekend. Maybe get on and do our live then soon after. And then, yeah, I'd love to join you. That'd be amazing. Look at me branching out. And has anyone noticed after my, not rant, I wouldn't even say it was a rant the other night, was it? Discussion. I got mega views. Well, not mega, but you know what I mean? For the first 2 days on the last story. And more likes than I've had since I started the lives. I don't know what that's about. Maybe if I just moan every live that I'll get more. I don't know what happened. But I'm still kind of... Black is my favourite colour. It's just the one colour that I think I can just about understand. And yeah, do you know what? I've got to admit, I've brightened my wardrobe up this year, but normally I like black too. Phil, so you're not on your own. Because you threatened me. I didn't, and I was very polite, but I'm confused, and I'm still confused. I have an idea of what could be the issue, but I won't say. Isn't it though, Warwick? Isn't that the oddest thing? It's the oddest thing. So I'm feeling like I need to mention it a lot more. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm considering maybe doing one live on a Tuesday, which will be the requests, and then doing the Thursday pre-recorded. But I'm going to be gutted to do that because I really enjoy my lives. My lives, our lives. You know, I really enjoy it, but I don't know what to do because I just feel none of these stories are making it out there at all. Sent out. Here she is, going to cause us all hassle. But yeah, something's happened. Something happened the other night. It could have just been the story. It could just be coincidence. So we're going to see this evening, aren't we? We're going to see what tonight brings. But I believe the majority of yous know this story. And unfortunately, I don't think the spoiler, bless her, is here. So I maybe could have done one that everyone didn't know. But I got to admit, that's not why I'm doing this one. I wasn't sure. I know it was quite a few people covered it a couple of years ago, but I hadn't seen it for a while. When I see stories that are this bad, that have kind of drifted off, do you not, Warwick? Oh, okay. I know no one in there is going to spoil it for you. Hopefully, she says. But yeah, I just thought I'd do it. All I know is black. It's just dark. It's all. Oh, for goodness sake, Phil, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for that. That was missed on me. That was complete. That was a straight over my head. That was. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. I've got it. I've got it now. God, I'm slow to know it, Phil. Oh, Jerome, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I was just having a bit of a whinge the other night. Not so much of a whinge, but just saying I found it odd that, look, there's no comments other than you guys, which I said it the other night. I'd so appreciate. I don't want it to sound like that way. Oh, thanks, Phil. I'm so sorry. It went straight over my head. But yeah, I just noticed there's no comments, there's no likes, there's it other than you guys, and it was like, what is going on? So yeah, well, we might just break tonight. No, you will not. No, you will not. Not on this one. I don't like to say never, but I don't think so. Warwick. What was his name now? What was his name? Was it Chomp? I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Everything. Oh, see, we're all on fire tonight. Do you know what? I should have known, being a Thursday. I should have known. Right, I'm going to stop messing with my hair before my mum comes in and has me over it, because it's constant. I did notice it the other night as well. I have got to stop messing with my hair. It's, yeah, it is something. Then you just notice that. But it might take away the wonky glasses, maybe, that I've got going on. It might take away the focus of that. But should we start? Oh my God, 13 minutes. Sorry, guys. Should we start? Okay. Yes, I'm phasing you out. Any comments you have, get them out of your system, or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to start. If you're watching tomorrow, I'm starting now. I apologise. I've nattered for a bit longer than I'd meant to. Oh, right, okay. Let's go. Okay. The devastating Takoda Collins story. I have put it on as Monster Dad. And you're going to see Dad. Phil, I know, but I'm using air quotes. I'm doing air quotes again. Just to let you know. Okay. So if we're ready, I'm going to start, okay? Takoda Collins, born on the 18th of December 2008. Oh, I just want to warn you, this story's awful, awful, awful. Again. But yes, born on the 18th of December 2008 in Wisconsin, an American story. His mum. Do you know, I'm doing air quotes. And I just don't know. I don't know, because should I do air quotes on his mum? I'm still doing them. Okay, I'll tell you, you let me know. Okay? let's just get on with it, right? Okay. So his mum, Robin Collins, dad Al Muhatta McLean. Okay. Now his mum Robin, I've seen quite a few a few videos on the interrogations, other videos that have been done. You know, I've been I've obviously I've known about this story for quite a long time. I genuinely have. Now, the reason I'm saying that is I've heard mixed stories, so I'm going to tell you. Obviously, this is just Takoda's very early life, so I'm going to tell you both, just so I'm not, going to get it from one side or the other that I've got it wrong. Now, it said that Takoda is a very happy baby. This boy's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning little boy. And I've heard that his mum had him from 0 to 11 months. Okay. Then on the 12th of November 2009, it says that Robin hit Takoda. Okay. Then I've seen that it was Robin's boyfriend. Sorry, I've completely jumped ahead of myself here, haven't I? Completely just flown in on the story. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me just say that Dad, Al Mahatta McLean, doesn't have anything to do with little Takoda at first, okay? So let me just put that first. It doesn't have anything to do with him at first. So I jumped way ahead of myself there, all right? So on the 12th of November 2009, again, come back to that, it says in various reports that Robin hit Takoda, his mum, or Robin's boyfriend hit Takoda. Okay, so we're not too sure. I've seen both, so I'm going to mention both. All right. Now, there's also another woman called Anita Bredesen, who's a family friend, I believe. I've seen on a news report that it was actually her who looked after Takoda from 0 to 11 months. And the reason she was looking after this gorgeous little baby boy is because his mum was actually an addict. Heroin seemed to be her drug of choice. So we have up to 11 months with Takoda now, okay? Now, between 11 months and age 4, all right, it says that Anita Bredesen's partner, Brian, was trying to adopt Takoda. Now, I don't know why Anita hasn't said it was both of them. That's what I mean. It's quite sketchy. His early years are quite sketchy, which is why I'm just throwing everything at you. Now, I know it could be a bit confusing, but I've got to bring everything because I've seen it from all sides, so I'm not too sure on which one. Therein lies the facts, I presume, mixed with a bit of everything, I presume. So when Robin had hit Takoda when he was about 11 months old, or her boyfriend did, okay, because I've seen both, she was arrested and that led on to probation for Robin, which is how Anita ended up with Takoda. But when you hear Anita talk, she says that she looked after him from 0 to 4 and just allowed Robin to come and see him. And it was during one of these visits that either her or her boyfriend hit him. So it's just very sketchy at the beginning. It's really vague, which is very sad to be honest. I found it very sad. I did try. Like I say, this Anita Bredesen, I didn't hear from anyone else. I happened to find that myself. So I just don't know about that. But I'm just going to mention it all so all the facts are out there. Okay? So that's that. Now, on the 9th of December 2011, Robin's probation is revoked and she's sent to jail. All right? So he'd been removed from her care. Anita had him. She was sent to jail. Now, in 2013, all right, Al Mahata McLean decides to make an appearance. And it said that maybe it was for the money he might have got for Takoda. We'll never know. But he comes back into his life. He takes a DNA test to prove that he's Takoda's dad. And because of everything going on with Robin and the fact that he's his biological dad, Takoda gets removed from Anita and gets given to Al, a man he doesn't know. He doesn't know this man at all. And around this time, he was about 4, turning 5. So he's had all those years and he doesn't know this man. And he's just come into his life and just been like, here I am. I'm going to take over now. And the powers that be awarded Al full custody. Full custody of a child he's had nothing to do with up until this point. You might say, did he know? Did he even know she was pregnant? I don't know. Okay? There's just, like I say, that very early part of his life when we would hope that he was happy, that we just don't know too much about, other than he was a very happy, cute little boy. Okay? That's it. That's all I can bring to you on Takoda's very early life. And it's so unfortunate. Alright. So now we get to October 2013. And Robin writes to the court, okay, requesting that they prevent Al from leaving Wisconsin. Okay. She claims that Al, Robin does, is under investigation for the abuse of Takoda. Now, again, we don't know, but she wants to prevent him from leaving Wisconsin. But, yeah, he doesn't really listen to that, okay? And he actually takes Takoda to Dayton, Ohio, which is apparently about 500 miles away. He says he's in Pennsylvania. Apparently, Robin agrees to this, even though she said don't go out of Wisconsin. I'm presuming Wisconsin's not far from Pennsylvania. And the agreement was that he would still allow her visitation, all right? But he doesn't. He ups and he goes with Takoda, like I say, to Dayton, Ohio, right? Now, at this point, Al is in a relationship with I'm going to say lady very loosely, okay, called Amanda Hines. And at this point, she was about 28, okay? Now, Al wasn't a good guy. I'm just going to say that very loosely, as well as calling Amanda a lady, all right? He just wasn't a good guy. And at this point, he was abusing Amanda, okay? He'd hit her over the head with a pipe. He dragged her around by her hair. He'd punched and kicked her. She had gone to press charges, but then the charges were later on dismissed. So he's already proven he's not the greatest guy in the world. We can also see that. So 18th of August 2014, Takoda is 5 years old, okay, and he's enrolled in Horace Mann Elementary School. Now remember, He's supposed to be living in Pennsylvania. He's not. He's in Dayton, Ohio, which is where Horace Mann Elementary School is. All right. So you might be thinking, well, maybe things are going okay. And apparently things weren't horrific. Okay, they were okay. They were chugging along. Now, there's living in the house is Al, Amanda, and Takoda. But then Amanda's sister, Jennifer Ebers, moves in. I've actually written here, don't know whether to say it, might be a bit early, but I've actually written another dick. I've actually written that. So that says it all, doesn't it? So that's who's living at the house at the moment. But very soon after that, Al's 3-year-old little brother. Now Al at this point is about 26, 27 around this point. I think he's about 19 when he had Takoda, well, Robin had Takoda. So his 3-year-old brother moves in with them and awards Al full custody. And Amanda is like, I will look after him like he's my own. Now, I can't remember. There's a reason why I haven't mentioned the brother's name. Because of him being a minor and still a minor. So I do know his name, but I'm not going to mention it. So, but he does get full custody of him. So in the house now is 3 adults and 2 children. And Takoda at this point is calling Amanda Mum. Okay. So this is where we are. That's where we are in the story. So let me just recap very quickly, because I know it's been a lot of chopping and changing. It's been a lot of names. So let me just do a quick recap. There is Al, Amanda, Amanda's sister Jennifer, Al's younger brother, who is only 3 years old at the time, and Takoda. So there are 3 adults and 2 children living in the house. Now, it had all been going okay, apparently, until Al's younger brother moved into the home. Now, this home, I have seen pictures of it, is a 3-bed. You can see there's like an attic. It looks like, kind of like a bungalow. And then, you know, when you see them small upstairs, and you can see it's like an attic, so it's not like a full upstairs. And there's just like a couple of windows. It's like one of those properties. And in the 1-bedroom is obviously Al and Amanda. Her sister Jennifer gets another bedroom. And the 3rd bedroom, which had been Takoda's, is given to Al's younger brother. And it's decorated all lovely for a 3-year-old, and he's got lots of toys in there. And you might be like, okay, so where's Takoda going? Well, Takoda's room has taken off him. It's been removed, okay? And he's sent to the attic. That's where he's been banished to, because the 3-year-old needs to be on the same floor as the adults. I believe that's what was said for the justification of sending him upstairs. Let's remember, Takoda at this point is only about 5 or 6. He's only young. He's only a baby himself, but he's banished up to the attic. Okay. So we get to 2015. Takoda is age 7, and it's believed that he starts to become somewhat the scapegoat of the family. Now, we've done many stories where there are 5 or 6 children, and it happens to be one of those children gets pinpointed for all the family's problems. But there's only 2 children in that house and 3 adults. So it's not like you've got one single parent with 6 kids. It's actually the other way around. The adults outnumber the children. I don't understand how the scapegoat theory works in this way. That was my understanding of it, but maybe he's just a child that maybe there only does have to be 2 and it can just be the one who's focused on. Maybe that could be it. But Takoda becomes the target of Al's wrath from then on, every single day. Let me make that very clear. Every single day. Okay? He's sent into school with old, stinking clothes that smell of urine. He smells very bad. He's sent in with haircuts that not only look bad, but that look like they're very painful that he's been given. And the only reason you would give your child that sort of haircut is because you don't care if they're going to be mocked, because it's obviously he would have been. Let's try and cast our minds back to infant and junior school, in America it'd be elementary. You know, kids can be cruel. We all know that. That's the reason why that saying is a thing. Kids can be vile. And he's been sent in dirty, smelling of urine, like I say, and these monstrous haircuts that he's been sent in with. And I would have known that this would have led Takoda to be getting picked on. Absolutely awful. Okay, Takoda. I am pronouncing that right, aren't I? Okay. What would happen is, when he'd go in, and obviously his clothes would be very dirty and everything else, the staff there would bring him into the nurse, get him changed into clothes that spare clothes that the school had, and wash his clothes, just to try and make his life just a little bit easier in school. Okay? Well, Al went berserk at this. He went absolutely mental. Like, why are you... Don't get involved. Don't be getting involved in how I choose to bring up my son. The nurse had obviously been noticing bruises on Takoda. And he's like, look, from now on, not only do you not change that child's clothes, he does not see the nurse anymore. What? What are you talking about? So the school, quite rightly, are calling child services. What child services would do, they would phone and book an appointment to come round to Al's home to see Takoda, to see how he's being treated. So, of course, he's being prepped when they turn up. Say you're being treated right. Say you're happy. And, of course, he would, because he's scared out of his mind. It's awful. Absolutely awful. So then Al starts to go a little bit. He's a bit tired of going up and down to the attic to beat on his child up there. He starts putting cameras. He has cameras up there to view what Takoda's doing and around the house. How come every story we do, that there's always cameras in the house? They always do it. I never get how they don't think this is ever going to come and bite them on the bum. I just don't understand it. So, like I say, he's beaten constantly at home. We're talking punched, we're talking kicked. Now, with regards to Amanda and Jennifer, you might be like, are there 3 adults? involved in this. No, they just watched it happen. Amanda and Jennifer, they just watched it happen. Oh, God. This child now is suffering from emotional, physical, just mental abuse back at that house. It's just a disgrace. He's been kicked. He's been punched. He's been body slammed. His dad's £200 and he's been body slammed around this house for nothing. If he brought a report card home from school that wasn't to our liking, oh, that was a perfectly reasonable reason to lay into him. He had another special thing he liked to do. See, what Takoda's punishments also were, remember I said the mental as well as emotional and physical abuse. What he would have to do is either hold bags, like a school bag out that was weighed heavy with books. He'd have to hold that out, okay, for up to 20 hours a day. Or he would have to basically touch his toes. Now imagine being in that position for 20 hours a day, touching your toes. And because he's being recorded, if he slightly moved or tried to, could you imagine you're going to be aching? I sit here cross-legged and you'll notice that I'll have to move, I'll have to stretch my legs out or something. That's after half an hour. 20 hours this lad's been, and this isn't an uncomfortable position, and he's having to touch his toes, and if he moves, I would storm up those stairs and just beat the life out of this child. Or he would go up there armed with hot sauce. What's he going to do with the hot sauce, Jessica? Well, let me tell you. While this child, this 7-year-old little boy, 7, this went on for 3 years, let me just say, but at this point, he's between 7 and 8. He would, because he's touching his toes, he would put this hot sauce on his bum and on his genitals. Could you imagine? Could you? I mean, who comes up with that? Who even comes up with that? Where do you get that kind of mentality from? I know what I'll do. This stuff isn't working. What I'm doing is not working. So let's get the hot sauce out and yeah, let's go. So just absolutely ridiculous. He gets strangled a lot. That seems to be one of his faves as well. He likes to pick him up and strangle him. That's a you know, he loves that one. His weekends, like I say, his weekends would be spent like this. If he moved now, Al loved his alcohol. Al loved his alcohol, and you know, he liked to do. Now, I've seen the interrogations, like I say, of this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I drink every second day. I'll have 2 drinks." No. This man liked his drink, and he would when he'd be gone, either Amanda, who did work, wow, can't believe there was a worker in the house, but one, you know, even though she was at work, Jennifer would be at home, and when Al had come in, Jennifer would be like, he moved around. This child, this poor child, you're in the house on your own with him. you don't beat him yourself, so you haven't obviously got that hatred for him where you're gonna lay into him, but you have such, is it apathy? Is that the right word? For him, that you just used to snitch on him all the time. All the time. Just absolutely disgusting. All of them, all of them. Okay, so we get to July 2018. He's now age 9. Alright? So, Takoda is removed from school. And do you want to know how he's been removed from school? He is to be homeschooled. Another one. Another one. The minute people start sniffing around, let's drag him out. Let's get him out of the school. I'm surprised that he was allowed to go to school for as long as he was, to be honest. I'm so shocked that it got to that point. Now, like I say, it's not that the school weren't reporting Takoda. They weren't reporting Al to social services on behalf of Takoda. It wasn't like they weren't doing that. Just nothing. They were phoning them to warn them that they were coming round. So nothing was ever being done. And this poor child must have been thinking, please stop. Because every time child services would leave, he'd get it 10 times worse. You know, they'd put him in long sleeves, they'd put him in long trousers. You know, he weren't allowed to wear clothes half the time, so God knows whose clothes he had on. You know, they didn't wash his clothes, but they'd cover him up and everything else. So, the reason the homeschooling got passed was because they gave false paperwork through to the authorities. They'd give false paperwork through to the authorities, basically to say that Amanda, sorry, I'm going ahead of myself again, that Amanda was authorised to homeschool, that she'd passed these classes in school and everything else, so she could homeschool him. Please watch the interrogations. Please watch the interrogations of these people. Wow. You're going to see why the disdain is just up here for these. Well, you're going to know in about 10 minutes anyway. But, like I say, so Takoda, she says she's going to homeschool him. Okay, so, like I say, he's at age 9. He's now been removed from school. He's now completely isolated. He hasn't even got those few hours where he can get away. He hasn't even got that anymore. They've took that. And Al doesn't work. Jennifer doesn't work. The only one who goes out of the house at all is Amanda. So he's just constantly stuck in this hell with this just beast of a man. All his clothes by this point have been thrown away. He's made to stay naked within the house, okay? He's made to stay naked. He's not allowed to use the toilet downstairs, just in case Al's little brother sees him walking around the house naked, that they've made him stay naked and threw all his clothes away. So he has to... Now, he's up there all day. What do they think he's going to do? What do they think he's going to do if he needs the toilet? He has to go up there. Well, there's cameras. So the first time that he has to relieve himself up there, Al storms up. He storms up there. And he's like, disgusting. He's like, eat it. Eat it. And Takoda's mortified and of course says no, because he needed the bathroom, of course, and there was urine and feces, and Al wanted him to eat his own feces. And when Takoda, of course, was like, no, Al goes and gets a glove and forces it down his throat, down this child's throat. Okay, can you imagine? Okay, so after that, knowing, oh my God, it's just awful. Knowing that his dad would just force it down his throat anyway, he would just eat it on his own. He'd just ate it anyway. He just didn't want to put himself through another beating and his dad's fist being forced down his throat. So it's just like, oh God, just such a shame. And then, of course, they're just, they're just out for him even more because he stinks and he's eating his own filth and he's just, he's got no clothes on. Let's forget that they did this to him. Oh, they don't want him around the little brother now, at all. They don't want him around that little brother at all. So now he's just trapped up in that attic all the time. All the time, that's where he has to stay. And you might be like, well, has he got a bed? He kind of had a bed. It was a deck chair. He was given that. He was given a deck chair to sleep on and an old tarp to lie on. If he was allowed to do that, if he was allowed to actually go to sleep, because obviously, you know, he might need to touch his toes for another 10 hours or hold books for another 15. The names they were calling him, I don't usually, what's the words I'm looking for? I don't usually censor myself, but I don't think I can say this word on here, so I'm not going to, because, yeah, I don't think this is a word I can actually use, but that was the name he was getting called, if you want to throw a guess in there. Just vile, just absolutely vile people. We get up to November 2018. Takoda, now, again, now I'm coming to a point where, is it one or the other? I've heard both counts. He either jumped or he was pushed. Okay? One or the other. We don't know which. Okay? But he was pushed or he jumped out of the attic window. And if he jumped, it was to escape. It was to escape the torture that this poor lad was going through. If he was pushed, well, wouldn't he push him out a window? So I just don't know. I don't know. I've seen both, so I just don't know. But upon him being pushed or jumping out of the window, they're forced to take him to the hospital. They actually have to take this child to the hospital now. Okay? So when they get there, Al decides he wants Takoda locked up. When he's talking to the doctors and he's like, he's jumped out the window, we're doing everything with him, he's going crazy, we can't help him, we don't know what to do. Now you might think that these are very intelligent people that can pull the wool over these doctors' eyes. That's what you might think. Watch the interrogations. You tell me if having this child in front of you and having these people talking to you Would you believe what was being said? I don't. I don't know how. I don't know how this happened. But the doctors offer like psychiatric help. They do offer that to Al for, you know, his wayward son that can't be controlled. Oh God. And he doesn't accept it. Of course he doesn't accept it. He can't accept it because the more Takoda's round other people, they're going to find out what's happening to him. Okay, so all he done was they came home, he went up to the attic. Now, the attic itself was kind of, it was a room with a very kind of small door into another room that had the window in it. So they boarded up that window in the other, sort of the back end of the attic, and then locked this door. So now Takoda is basically stuck in a very, very small space now. He hasn't even got that amount of space. And during the day, he would have to fold up his deck chair, you know, his bed, and put that in the other part of the attic. So he couldn't even sit down. He couldn't even sit down in the day because that was locked away from him. The tarp was locked away from him. He had nothing. There was nothing for this child. Can you imagine a child's brain when there's nothing and he's just trapped there for hours and hours and hours on end? Okay, so 12th of December 2019. All right, at this point, Takoda's age 10. All right, Al's been at the pub. As per usual, he's been at the pub. He comes home and he just starts swinging. He just starts swinging. Why does he start swinging, you may ask? Well, really he doesn't need an excuse, but Jennifer tells him that Takoda's not been staying where he's supposed to. So he just starts swinging on this child, okay? And he starts just punching him in the stomach. He's a 200-pound man. And he just starts laying into this child in his stomach, okay? And it was said that you could hear Takoda crying, saying, "No more, no more," okay? So then he's sent to the attic. Takoda is just absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. The 13th of December 2019. Alright, so the next day. Now, after that hiding that he'd got the night before, Takoda can't walk. He literally can't walk. He's struggling. He's kind of wobbly. He's banging into the walls. I believe Jennifer called him down for some reason. Amanda called him down, and as he's coming down, he's swaying into the walls. He's falling down. Like I say, he just can't cope. He can't stand up. So what they said, he was putting on a show. He was just putting on a show. It wasn't from the hiding he got from the night before that this child couldn't walk anymore. No, he's putting on a show. Okay. So Al, as Takoda's struggling to get past him, elbows him straight in the back and sends him back upstairs because he's in such a bad way. He doesn't want to look at him. He sends him upstairs and Al follows him up there. Okay. And he tells him to lie on his front. Right. And then he stands on him. So he stands on the small of his back while Takoda's on his front. Remember, this lad's not eating. He's been beaten for years up to this point. He's eating his own feces. He's so weak. He's so weak that He can't put up a fight anymore. And as this man stands on his back, he actually puts his hands on the ceiling to push down, to enforce his weight more onto this child's back. Ah, okay. Then, oh God, he's not done there. Then he decides to put hot sauce on his bum again. He starts flinging him around the room. Starts flinging him around the attic. Okay. And then he drags him down to the bathroom. Okay. And he wants him to wash his shorts. Okay. I know he's been kept naked. I'm assuming he's had shorts on. Anyway, he wants him to wash his shorts. So he brings him into the bathroom, and it said that while he's in there, he says, hurry up. And of course, Takoda, this child dying, he can't hurry up. And it was said that you could hear splashing as he's forcing his head under the water. So he must have been kneeling, maybe cleaning the shorts, and he forces his head into the water. He tries to drown him, and then he drags him back upstairs. Okay? Alright? When Takoda finally gets back up, as he's being dragged upstairs, he gets into the attic, this poor child, and he just lies on the deck chair in the fetal position. He can't fight anymore. He can't move. He can't do anything. And while oh God, it just gets worse. While he's in this fetal position, his dad gets a broken chair leg. His dad, did I just say dad? Sorry, Al. He gets a broken chair leg, and he forces it inside of him. He forces a broken, and oh, you can see the chair leg. You can see it online. And it's like it's a wooden chair leg. And it's not. So when I first, you get an image, I thought it was maybe oh God, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But it's just awful. It was a thick wooden chair leg. Okay. And when Jennifer, because Amanda wasn't there at the time, when Jennifer seen this happening on the camera, don't forget there's a camera that they were all watching, that they can all watch, downstairs. When what she said she could see was Takoda lie on the deck chair in the fetal position, and she could see Al obviously had his back to the camera, and all she said she could see was him moving his hand backwards and forwards. So he only raped his son with a wooden chair leg. Oh, this poor child, this poor child, caused horrific internal injuries. Jennifer, though, upon seeing this, she's like, feel a bit tired. I'm going to go to bed. She takes herself to bed. How desensitised can you be to anything to see something like that? She said she thought maybe he was using the hot sauce on him. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's fine then. That's okay then. You go and have a nap, because obviously watching that must be tiring. Jeez. Right. Okay. She's woken up by Amanda. Alright, she's woken up by Amanda. Shaking her up, going, Takoda's not waking up. He's not waking up. Oh, really? Is he not? Is he not? Was it something that happened, maybe? Okay. So the cowards they are, Amanda, Jennifer, and Takoda's little brother, who obviously is not aware of any of this. It was said that he wouldn't have seen any of this. He'd have been in his bedroom. He'd have been playing. For all intents and purposes, apparently he was treated very, very well. And so the three of them leave the house. Okay, they just go. They've gone. So Al, obviously panicking, goes up, gets a chair leg, hides that first. Hides that first. He just throws it behind the TV. Throws it behind the telly. Obviously gets found later on, but throws it behind the telly. Okay? And phones 911. No, this horrible excuse for a human being. He just slags Takoda off. Just slags him off throughout the whole call. You know, and when the 911 operator's like, you need to give him CPR. He's like, he starts heaving. And he's like, oh, his mouth. It smells so bad. It's coming up from his stomach. Oh, do you think you've been making him eat his own feces for what? Best part of a year by now? From what I can gather? Oh, you think it smells bad? Oh, I just want him to choke on it. But he's just, he's just sickening, this guy is. So when the police come, they walk in, and this poor child, because Al's outside. Al's not inside even pretending to give CPR. No, he's outside, he is. And when they walk in, they find this little 10-year-old boy, obviously deceased, on the living room floor, alone. All on his own. And they said, obviously the paramedics come, they know, you know, they can't revive him. They take Takoda. When they take him to the hospital, there's nothing that can be done. There is nothing that can be done. That poor child just died on his own after being only right by his dad with a wooden chair leg. But you know, so what the police did notice after the paramedics had taken Takoda, they looked round and there was, the downstairs of the house wasn't horrific. It wasn't terrible. They looked in the bedrooms. They could notice that the little brother, you know, he had a nice little kid's room. He had clothes. He had toys, age-appropriate toys and stuff. And they noticed photos. Photos everywhere around. There's even photos of their family pets. But not one photo of that child. Not one. Not one photo of that child anywhere in that house. Okay, so at the hospital, the autopsy's done. Hundreds of injuries to this child, to every part of his body, old and new. The bruising to his neck and spine actually went through to the bone. That's how bad the bruising was. Said they only see that in catastrophic car crashes, sorry. Bruising that was shown around his head, but the bruising was so bad it went through to his skull. When they did the autopsy and looked underneath, it went through to his skull. Abrasions everywhere. Just all through to the bone. He was starved, obviously. There was only feces in his stomach. Really sad. He had a lot of defensive wounds where it's obviously defensive wounds because it's parts of your body where you couldn't do yourself. So he's obviously tried to protect himself as best he could. Obviously, the severe rectal injury that they came across as well. So the cause of death was blunt force trauma and asphyxia because of the. Do you remember I mentioned the bath? And there was a lot of water still in his lungs. They said it could be caused from either forcibly draining or being made to drink a lot of water. So I think we know because of what we found out that it was definitely from the bath. So they're all brought in for questioning. Please watch these interrogations because they're just cringeworthy. Amanda was questioned. She was just embarrassing. She just slipped up left, right and centre. That one did. Jennifer had a t-shirt on. Are you ready? Do you want to hear what a t-shirt had written on it? I'd help, but I don't want to. Oh, God. I've written dick again next to this. I did. She sings like a canary. She basically said it wasn't us, and about her and her sister. But basically admits that she would tell Al if Takoda did anything wrong, if she saw him moving or anything else. She's the one who says that she did see that when Al had dragged Takoda back up the stairs on that last afternoon, that she did see his hand moving back and forth, but she thought it was the hot sauce. She says as well, which I thought was especially cruel, that she didn't even bother talking to Takoda. Sometimes it'd be only her in the house with him. Amanda would be at work, Al would be at the pub. Sometimes it would just be her. She wouldn't even talk to him. She wouldn't even, not even a kind word, nothing. Al himself, oh my God, just a disgusting excuse for a human. He was making, like, he was in shock, he was. He didn't know why Takoda was dead. He was like, what killed him? What killed my child? I just don't know. Obviously never shed a tear, no remorse, no anything. Full of excuses. When he'd refer to Takoda, he'd say, that man. Let's remember he's talking about his 10-year-old son. Had a lot of self-pity for himself in this interview. Blames Takoda for all his own injuries. Basically saying he bangs into walls. He wobbles all round the shop. He'd bang his head off walls. All him. It was all Takoda. He all done it all to himself. Basically says, wow, he eats his own shit. He's shitting and pissing everywhere. What can I do? Exactly what he's saying about his own son, who he's forced to eat his own shit. Oh, God. He says quite a few times, I haven't slept in 3 days. Anytime he's tripping up, I haven't slept in 3 days. I haven't slept in 3 days. That he liked that excuse for everything. And then what he started saying, because, he can't have been stupid. He would have known that when the pathologist started looking into what had happened to Takoda, that it would come out, the rectal injuries that he had. So he started to insinuate that Takoda used to insert the chair leg into his own butt. He did it to himself. And he used to say, that's the kind of stuff he's into. Basically insinuating that Takoda was gay. And he'd be like, I'd never do that because that's homo, that is. I wouldn't do that. But, that was just the stuff he was into. Child was 10 years old. I like to say I'm far from gay, I am. It seemed very important for him to put that across. when he was questioned, coprophila. Okay, I don't know what that is. When talking about the children in the house, he'd be like, have you seen my little brother? Have you seen my little brother? As if to say, look, he's okay. He's okay. We're okay. So it has to be him. He has to have done this himself because you can see that my brother's okay. So he thought that'd be by keeping his brother healthy and fed and all right. He felt that would justify what was happening to Takoda, and then it must be Takoda's fault. And he'd said one chooses to eat food, the other chooses to eat his shit. This is how. I'm not even telling you a lot of the disgusting things this man said about his child in that interrogation room. I don't think I'm even doing this justice. You really need to go and have a look and have a look at this. You genuinely do, because oh my God. The one thing he did say was the girls didn't do it. The girls didn't do it. So who did then, Al? Who did? Because who else was in the house? He's jumping to their defence. Little does he know he's actually digging his own. So I think what he thought he could do, well, you obviously believe I haven't done it. I'm going to sit here and say they haven't done it. So you must think he done it to himself. Oh, I don't know what way he was thinking then. He even said, really disgusting, he even says he fought to keep that chair leg in. I had to pull it out. Just, and then he was overheard saying while he was in his cell, he must have drowned because I didn't beat him that hard today. That's what he was overheard saying. So he hadn't beat him that hard today, apparently, as opposed to the other beatings he'd obviously give him over time. Does he not think that each beating is having an effect over and over and over again? What does he think? This is cartoons and he just bounce back. Ugh, right, okay. So Amanda, she was charged with child endangerment. Jennifer also charged with child endangerment. Al was charged 4 counts of child endangerment, a felony assault, rape, kidnap and murder. The kidnap being he was locked in the attic. The girls then also had involuntary manslaughter thrown at them. No remorse whatsoever. They were the victims in all of this. It wasn't their fault. They just did nothing wrong. None of them did. They all pled not guilty. And I've written next to that note, thick as shite. I've actually written that. They all pled not guilty. Ugh, God. The evidence found there was an iPad found with pictures of Takoda in his torture poses. There's taser found, there's blood everywhere, the bloody tarp was found, the chair leg was found. You know, they had all the evidence they needed. I don't know why they thought they could charge. What am I thinking of? My God. I don't know why they thought they could plead not guilty. I don't know where my brain went then. Eventually, they realised this ain't going to go too well. It's not going to go too well for us. Not for Takoda, or not because guilty kicked in or any of that. No. They just knew it was going to be a real problem. So, on the 27th of May 2020, they all pled guilty with a plea deal. Okay? So, Amanda was found guilty. She got 22 to 27 and a half years. Jennifer, like I say, they'd all pled guilty. This was their plea deal. She got 8 to 12 years. I don't know why she didn't get more. I just don't understand why this girl didn't get more. Al, 51 years, and if he was ever released, which he'd be in his 80s by then, and I would imagine he's never going to get out. But 51 years, and he would have to register as a tier 3 sex offender, obviously because of only raping his son with a chair leg. The judge basically said, you showed no mercy to your son. You will get no mercy from the court. In October of 21, there was a $3.2 million lawsuit settled from Montgomery County to the family. Apparently, the majority of it goes to Takoda's other siblings, with some going to his mum. I don't know. I said I'd let you decide on that, how you feel about that. But some going to Robin and some going to her mum, who obviously Takoda's grandmother. Now, just you might be thinking, where was child services? What was going on? Oh, just such a... I've said it before and I've done these cases before, but just a disgraceful amount of messing up of these services. But child services was actually called 17 times. 17 times they were called. Now, remember when they'd come out, Takoda had been threatened. He had to be happy when they would come out. It had been the school who'd been calling them. Robin herself, in May of 2019, called social services. That was about 6 or 7 months before he was murdered, but nothing was done. Even the police came round and to knock on, and because no one answered, they didn't follow up. They didn't bother following up. So just a massive, just so many people let this child down. So many people in his life just let this child down over and over and over again. And even Amanda and Jennifer, the disgusting pieces of filth they are, and they could have saved him. They could have saved him so many times. But that so-called dad of his, oh my God, I just utter feel. See, we know he put these torture things in place. He was the one who beat Takoda. He was the one who starved him. He was the one who did all this. But I still, with those 2 women in that house, and I know one wasn't even biologically his mum, but to have been looking after this child from the age of 5 and to not have anything in your heart. And apparently it all didn't really properly begin until Al's little brother came in, which would be Takoda's uncle, technically. Which means that she's got to have had some sort of relationship with him, at least for a couple of years, before this all escalated and spiraled. He called her mum, for God's sake. And I just don't know who I'm more disgusted with. I just don't know. I struggle to pinpoint which one I'm more disgusted with out of the 3 of them. I really... All of them, they all deserve to go to hell. All of them, all 3 of them. And the fact that there's no remorse being shown, there's no tears, they were just victims. And there was another one. That I missed out. There was another little fact that I missed out. Amanda, right? Hang on, where did I put it? Sorry, I'd got ahead of myself. Amanda, do you know what she did 4 days after Takoda was murdered? She started a GoFundMe. She started a GoFundMe because we're all so heartbroken. We need your help at this time. Making it look like it was for his funeral expenses, when apparently it was to get Al out of prison at the minute, because to pay his bail. She started to go for just the disgust just knows no bounds. It knows no bounds whatsoever. This was a child, and somewhere in their warped brain, they'd made him to be bordering an adult, and that he was just this. I don't know. I just don't know what they think in their brain. I just don't know. And I wouldn't wanna. I'd never want to put myself in their thought process at all. I'm not even gonna try. So yeah. Oh God, just awful. But that was the devastating Takoda Collins story. Oh God. Thank you all for joining me. I'm here every Tuesday. Oh God, it was just awful, wasn't it? Ugh. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Like I say, Tuesdays are my my request evenings. Thursdays are stories I like to bring to you. Or you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/JessRose5472. Thank you for joining me. And I'll be back next Tuesday. Thank you so much. And I'm just gonna have a little chat with the guys in the live now. Yeah, thank you. Right, where are they again? Where are they? Do you know what? Actually, he's quieting down. He's did quieten down towards the end, so I'm not gonna shout at you too bad. But just awful. I caught that out the corner of my eyes, Kelly. Adrian Jones, I have done his story. He's blew my brain. Oh, Jerome, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And I'll definitely join you on a live. I definitely will. And I'll have a look at your Facebook page. I'll have a look. But take care. Have a fabulous weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. But, yeah, that Adrian Jones one as well. Sometimes me. I didn't call that in a while. Oh, take care. Take care. Yeah, every time I think I've heard the worst, and then I do these stories, and it's like, oh my God. And I'd watch this guy's interrogation. Oh, a long time ago. Oh, take care. Yeah, I'd watch this guy's interrogation. Oh, it's got to have been is it a couple of years ago? I know, it just really bad, wasn't it? It's just a really, really bad story. Really, really bad. And like, to get to that part and know it's coming, know exactly what's coming, it was like, oh God. I don't know how to word this. Just the stuff he was calling him as well. Just the whole thing. The whole thing was just an utter disgrace. It was like, it was all four of the abuses, all four of them in the end. And just a disgusting beast of a man. And I can't even call him a man. But how are we? How are we all? Oh, thank you, Jerome. I haven't been called that in a while. Thanks, I'll take it. Is that me? But that's why I didn't know how to word it. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. Oh, excuse me. It's really, really hard. I don't know what's happened to my hair tonight. It's really hard. Is Tiff still with us? I'm going to have to go soon because I did see my phone flash up that I believe my battery's on its way out. So I'm doing a Tiffany tonight. I don't know how much I've got left on it because it's not going to show me until it's about to go. That's terrible. You didn't get me though. I feel like you didn't, did you? I feel like you didn't. I feel like I held it. I feel like I held it, did I? I've got my spray bottle tonight. Did I? I just don't know. I don't know if I did. I just don't know. I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to have, and I can't, I'll have to view it afterwards. I can't even see your comments, so I can't even tell when my face is going to change. Did you? Obviously. Oh, take care, Jerome. Because you're Jesus. She's still here. Good. She's kept her phone charged. She has. Did Sharon come in tonight? Did anyone see? I think she did reply to me, but I haven't seen it. I'd started the live before I'd seen. Because I was supposed to, yeah, what one was that? What was that? There was a bad one, weren't there? And I can't think. Oh God, that's on 5%. That's on 5%, that is. Guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up or I'm going to lose this. I've got no way of charging it here. Has it all gone dark? Has it gone dark for you guys? It's all gone dark. I know it's going to cut off. Yes, now I remember. I think there was a few though. There was a few that caught me out. Yes, I've got to. I'm on 5%. I'm going to lose this. So, but thank you all, guys. Thank you. I'm back on Tuesday. Still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to chug along. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kelly and Phil and Warwick, and Tiffany and Court and Jerome and I've got everyone. Hayley. I think I've got everyone, haven't I? Natalie, if she was here, and anyone else who I've missed, I'm ever so sorry. It's just, I don't know what that is, worried. Oh, okay. I'm not too sure what's going on, but I can't read it either. It's gone really dark on my screen. I can't even read your comments now. So, like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you all next Tuesday. I've got to stop saying it in that way. I didn't actually realise what that says. But, yeah, have a... to deliver. Yous are all dibs. Right, I'll see yous all, yes, I will see yous all next Tuesday. Have a fabulous weekend, guys. Take care. We bump up from Bash. Bless ya. Right, see yous next week. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Yay.